Was that enough? Joining us now is Pastor Charles Clark III. He's the co-pastor of the Solid Rock Baptist Church in Berlin, New Jersey. Pastor, thanks so much for being here. So tell us why you decided to hold service on Sunday against the governor's order.
Yes, we decided that it was time for our church to reopen, and we feel that we have our First Amendment right to open up our church at this time.
Well, let's take a video. Let's take a look at the video of what it looked like in your church. And it looks to me, from my vantage point, I wasn't there, but from this video, that your parishioners are really trying to be responsible. They're all wearing masks. It looks like they're socially distancing, at least between families. So family members are all together, but I see a lot of distance between different families. Did you wear a mask?
When I was on the platform, I did not wear a mask, but anytime I came off of the platform, I did wear a mask. Let me give you the quick run through. Our people came in and parked where we were socially distanced parked. There was a spot in between each spot. You had a reservation for your seat. You came in, your family had already had the reservation made. We had numbers on the end of our pews. We went every other pew. Everyone in the auditorium had a mask on. There was a touchless entry. We took temperatures, touchless temperatures at the door. 100.4, no one would have come in. Our bathrooms had been completely sanitized, one person or one family unit at a time. And then after someone left the bathroom, we had cleaners who went in right away. Our auditorium has HEPA filters. Our air is turned over every 3 hours in here. And we have spacers in each pew that mark 6 feet of social distancing between each family unit or each individual. So other than wearing maybe a hazmat suit, I don't know what else we could have done to make it safer on Sunday. We had no choir. I know that's a concern. No choir going on. And other than being on the platform, we had masks on the whole entire time.
It sounds like you are bending over backwards to do all the right things and to, even things that are beyond what is necessarily officially recommended, and I'm sure that that's helpful. But it is actually your behavior in front of the congregation that could possibly be the riskiest. I'm sure you've heard. Well, hold on. Let me just state the case as is stated by the National Academy of Sciences. It's you projecting in front of the congregation. It's your sermon. It's the idea that you would take off the mask for that. And the reason that I say that is because there's research that shows that 1 minute of loud speech, the kind that you would do while you're projecting, produces thousands of droplets that then remain airborne for 12 minutes. And so everybody else, it seems, is doing pretty risk-free or as low-risk behavior as you can. Sure. But yours might be the most dangerous.
We're up on a platform and we have a distance between us and the first pew that's more than 6 feet. And so I understand what's being said. The whole idea of the mask or not the mask, including back to things Dr. Fauci has said at times, the mask is very controversial. We are wearing them. I being on the platform or people that are back away from the first pew, I don't think that's uncommon, including in press conferences and where the president and others have spoken, that there is a distance between us and the parishioners. And so every time we come off of the platform, we do put our mask on.
Yeah, it's the problem with the projecting. I'm heartened to hear about the choir because it's also the singing that gets people sick. Sure. But it's the projecting of the pastor. And there are just a couple of instances, we can look to see that parishioners do get sick. I'll just call some up for you. In Arkansas, a pastor and his wife infected 35 people doing just that kind of preaching. 3 people then died. In Washington, that was a choir, but there was one person who was sick in a choir who, because of singing, then infected 71 people. 2 of them died.
Alice, the reality is, in the spreading of the virus, there are no guarantees. Everyone that I know is trying to be as safe as possible. But this idea that because I'm up on a platform, somehow I'm going to infect a whole entire congregation.
No, it's because you're speaking loudly.
That doesn't make sense. What's that?
It's because you're speaking loudly, not because you're on a platform.
Well, I understand that, but if I were to be on the New Jersey boardwalk today, or if I were to be in the Home Depot today, if I were to be in the grocery store today, And I know I know we're wearing masks in those places, but as soon as you come outside, not everybody has masks on. Here, when I am anywhere close to our people, we're putting on a mask. There's obviously, yeah, there's a certain amount of, we are saying that when we're on the platform that we are not going to be wearing a mask when I'm preaching or when we're singing. Yes. But other than that, and we don't believe with the distance between us and the front pew that, you know, again, there's no guarantee of with me wearing that mask or not that is going to make it perfect being there on the platform.
No, I know. It's all about cutting down on risk. And that's it. I mean, what you can do is cut down on risk. We talked to Governor Phil Murphy of New Jersey yesterday, and he said that summonses would follow. Because you had broken, or any church that had broken the order, summonses would follow. So what do you expect to happen today?
We're going to receive citations, and that's very sad. My dad is a senior pastor. He's 74 years old. He's been preaching the Bible and ministering to this community for over 40 years. And I think it's a travesty that when the church has religious liberty, the church has religious rights in our First Amendment, we're first in line. And right now, Governor Murphy has taken us out of line. We've been sitting here with little to no direction for the longest time and doing live stream services only. So us getting a citation is wrong. And it goes against the First Amendment.
I mean, look, I hear you. Churches, obviously, you do have your First Amendment rights. He also has his 10th Amendment rights, whereby the state does have powers over regulating the health of the residents of that state. So, look, it sounds like you're prepared for a court battle.
Yeah, the governor has discriminated against churches and mosques and against synagogues because we as a church have a First Amendment right, and he has chosen to say Walmart, grocery stores, liquor stores, they can be open the whole entire time. And very directly, they're not doing it nearly as safe as our church is doing it. And so he has decided, according to whatever his guidelines are that no one really knows for what is essential or not. Church is essential. Our people are New Jersey citizens. You're a Jersey girl. You know all about people loving their state. And here it is, as Jersey citizens, they're being told their church is not essential. I understand a lot of people don't understand why it's so important to us, but as believers, we assemble together. And these people have discouragement and depression and problems, including economic problems. They want to be with their pastors, and we are doing it as best we possibly can.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I understand certainly the motivation for people to get back together and to pray and to be together in that sort of communal setting. And so we'll see what happens. I mean, I think the jury is out, no pun intended, in terms of which way these court cases go. But Pastor Charles Clark, thank you very much for your time. And
Allison, the governor could fix this problem today. He could put us in the category of essential right now.
Well, he could, but I think you're instead going to get a summons. But we'll see what happens.
We'll be in court. We will be in court, and we will win in court. The First Amendment will hold.
I hear you. We will see what happens, and we really appreciate you coming on and explaining your thinking.
Jesus said, I will build my church, and he'll protect his church.
Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you.
A renowned acting coach and director lost his battle with coronavirus. He's just one of the nearly 100,000 Americans killed